Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to Bayern Now, the ultimate Bayern Munich fan channel. So Hansi Flick demands 4 to 5 transfers. Once again, everyone loves Mercaldonia, so I brought Merkel on again. So yeah, we'll be talking about just players. I mean, everyone loves these graphics, so we're gonna use a lot of them this stream. But I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this. All right, Marco. Marco Polo.
What's up, bro?
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
All right. The last conversation we had, I just had to bring you on again. But how are you feeling today?
Thanks for asking. I'm feeling well. Can't complain. What about you?
I'm great. Do you have the coronavirus yet, or am I still gonna have to wait?
George?
Yes. You hear?
Can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Marco.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. That sounds good.
All right. So, how do you like being? I mean, I'm sure you like that graphic on the screen. I made it especially for you.
Give me a second to check it out.
I dare you to change your Twitter to that. I dare you.
Give me a second. Oh.
If you do it, you have the biggest balls in the world.
Mercaldonia?
Yeah, I dare you.
Um,
So, Hansi Flick wants 4 to 5 transfers. Let's start off with who you told me. God damn it, Aranguiz. I don't even want to hear that name ever again.
Aranguiz?
Yeah, I don't want to hear it. But
Yeah, why?
dude, hold on. This is what. Dude, come on. That's Aranguiz. Charles Saraguiz. I don't know if you know who Saraguiz is, but it came into my head to do that. And he's not. Come on. Why? He's 30 years old. We could have just kept Rudy then.
That's kind of true, but I guess at the point of like when we had Rudy, he was maybe a bit, unnecessary. I don't know. In midfielders, I don't know. I don't know why you have picture of Alexis Sanchez.
Well, that's what I think of him. That's exactly who I think he is.
All right.
He's short as hell. He's 5'7". He's 30 years old. We have 50 billion midfielders coming through. Adrian Fine is coming through from a hamburger after he's just finished his McDonald's. And why? I don't think that's happening. I don't think the Bayern board is stupid enough to do that.
Okay, so first of all, you don't think that's happening?
Yeah, no. Charles Saraguiz is not coming to Bayern Munich. There's more chances of me playing for Bayern than him. There's no way we're signing him. There's no logic in this signing whatsoever.
Oh, no. I think you're wrong. You're wrong.
Nah,
in fact, I think he's actually a good signing.
What? Shut up.
Yeah,
you're not trying to round me up, right? There's no way you actually think that.
No. I'm serious. Let me try to, like, I don't know, maybe convince you, tell you something.
I'd rather have Ian Robin's son play for us. Okay, convince me.
Okay, so obviously, first of all, what options do we have in midfield? Tell me about our options in midfield. Who do we have in the end position? We have THIAGO and Kimmich as starters, right?
Yeah, we do.
And which players do we have behind them?
We have. Don't talk to me about who we have. No one wants Charles Aranguiz at Bayern Munich. Why would we buy a 30-year-old CDM? You might as well just get me. I'm a CDM. Come on, he's 30, man.
I mean, yeah, but being old doesn't mean being bad. Like, there are old players who are very good. Don't you remember Javi Alonso? He joined us at the age of what? 34 or something.
I don't care.
And
Xabi Alonso
he
was
was
Xabi
good.
Alonso. Xabi Alonso had won everything you could I mean, he won La Liga a lot. He did it. He did it at the top level. You're talking to me about Charles Seragis.
I know.
We're not doing this.
Nah, bro. I mean, obviously, you could say that Aranguiz we obviously need ball playing midfielders, right? And in THIAGO and Kimmich, we have two midfielders who can pass the ball very well.
All our midfielders can pass the ball. Okay?
Nah.
Who
disagree.
can't pass
I don't
the
know.
ball?
If you take a look at, let's take a look at Tolisso, for example.
All right, he's not someone I think is good, but like he's better than Charles Seragis. That's for sure.
You think so?
He is.
I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily agree with that. Like, I think passing wise, I could imagine that Aranguiz would be better.
All right, did Build confirm this yet or no? Because I don't trust any other source.
I don't think they did, but
yeah.
I mean,
so
to me personally, I mean, it's a very, very logical transfer though when you think about it.
It's completely illogical.
Like,
this is not.
He plays in the Bundesliga, which is a big plus already. I assume he speaks German, which obviously helps.
I can't believe you're doing this.
He's free. You know how our board loves free players, especially free midfielders from the Bundesliga.
He's also 30 years old.
That's a good plus already, I'd say.
Okay, why would you? Hey, Marco, stop talking for a second. I think
the best thing, like one of the best things about this transfer, financially.
Oh my God!
Is
you're actually still talking about him like he's good? Are you okay? Marco, you do understand?
I don't know about you, but to me personally, it's like pretty much a confirmed transfer, and that's why I would love to talk about it.
You're actually trying to rile me up. I can see it.
Like, look, obviously he's a free transfer, right?
I don't care if he's free. He could be for nothing. Yeah, I don't care. What I care about is progression. What is he gonna add to the team that we don't already have? We have the THIAGO who can do, the tenacious, small, can pass the ball around. We have Kimmich who can do the German Xavi thing, right? We don't need an Aranguiz.
Exactly, but
okay, he's just an Alexis Sanchez lookalike.
That's the same THIAGO who's injury prone, and the same Kimmich who gets 10 yellow cards a season.
Oh yeah, cool. So what? So you get Kimmich and THIAGO.
So I think
there's no way.
I think a ball playing midfielder would be a good backup to have, especially if he's free, if he has experience in the Bundesliga, and if he doesn't want to be a starter, or if he doesn't mind sitting on the bench. And if his experience can help us as well, I think that's a good signing, honestly.
So, everyone just joining the stream, we're talking about Charles Aranguiz. Merkeldonia thinks it's a good idea. I think it's the dumbest idea. Let me know what all of you think. I need to connect back to the chat. I disconnected for some reason. But let me know what everyone thinks in the comments. I think it's the dumbest transfer if it happens.
I mean, what does our midfield offer? As I said, we have THIAGO and Kimmich as starters, obviously. Who do we have behind him? We have got Tolisso, who I'll personally say isn't the best passer. Like, as we've seen against Real Madrid, obviously the most famous example, that back pass to Ulreich, which ended up being a goal for Real Madrid, or the one against Tottenham, I believe, in November, where he lost the ball. I think that's when we conceded the 1-0.
Okay. I hate you.
We obviously have Goretzka, who could play a bit deeper, but I think we both know that Goretzka isn't the best in build-up. Like, he isn't. I don't know. To me personally, he isn't that visible either. Not saying he's invisible, but I don't know. As in the build-up, he sometimes just goes missing. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know what you're saying.
I think Goretzka is better. I think Goretzka is better as a sort of a 10, as an attacking midfielder.
What about Adrian Fiend then? It's a good idea. Ryan Williams. Why is no one on my side here? Well, what about Adrian Fiend when he comes back from McDonald's?
Adrian Fiend is a good point you're making. The thing is, though, Like, he's playing in the second Bundesliga, the second division.
I don't care. The kid is young. He's young. He can learn. Right.
Yeah, but young doesn't mean good. How many teams have won the Champions League because they had young players?
I don't care about the teams that won the Champions League because they have the young players. I care about our third choice defensive midfielder that we're never gonna play. That's who Adrian can be.
In general, I would have agreed that Ferran is a very good backup midfielder to have. That we should give him a chance and everything. I'm a fan of him, but Aranguiz just has experience in the first Bundesliga, and
we don't need experience. That already makes him. We don't need experience.
You do need experience.
We do need experience.
Yeah, we do need experience.
Oh yeah, well look across our freaking team. Thomas Muller, he's 30, played at the top level for his whole life. He could have been born in the Bundesliga. You have Robert Lewandowski, the best striker in the world, also very experienced. Manuel Neuer, the best goalkeeper in the world, also very experienced. Alaba, one of the best center backs in the world, highly experienced. Boateng, one of the best center backs in the world, highly experienced. Even our two damn DMs, Kimmich and THIAGO, are also highly experienced, despite the fact that Kimmich is younger. And you still have this. Even Alphonso Davies, you can probably consider experienced because he's played in
okay, bro.
Okay, all right, but he's played in some pretty important matches. Okay, he played in some pretty important matches. Even Benjamin Pavard, as much as I don't like Pavard, I'd say Pavard sometimes shows his experience. We have experience. We don't need experience right now. We need proven top talent. That, if we're gonna buy it.
What do you say about the fact that Aranguiz has won the Copa America twice against Messi in both finals?
I don't care what he's won. I don't care, okay? This guy looks like Alexis Sanchez, okay? He reminds me of a crapper. I've watched him play against us and he's done decent, but I don't believe in him. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. I don't see us getting Charles Aranguiz. Even though it's free, I don't see it. I don't understand why we would, considering the club have pretty much wanted to bring in... If we're trying to get rid of older midfielders like Javi Martinez, what logic is there in getting Aranguiz? Because then he's just going to be another spot on the bench that's taken up. Maybe Zegzi doesn't get on the bench or Adrian Fine doesn't get on the bench because of Aranguiz. So there's really no logic in that. Because, Javi Martinez and these older players take up spots for younger players. And getting Aranguiz makes no damn sense to me.
I can sort of see where you're coming from. But obviously, Javi Martinez and Aranguiz are different types of players. Like, Aranguiz is obviously more in the ball-playing midfielder, and Javi Martinez is more of a defensive midfielder. And to our system, I'd say Aranguiz fits a bit better.
What system?
Our possession system, the fact that...
Javi Martinez has been here for a long time. He's played... I don't think he's a legend of the club.
7 years, in fact.
Yeah, I don't think he's a legend of the club.
You don't think so?
Javi's been a servant of the club. He's won stuff, but, yeah, so is Mehdi Benashia. He's won stuff too here, but he's not a legend. He's been a great servant of the club. He's been a great player. He's not a legend for me. I'm not gonna remember. Javi Martinez. He's not Schweinsteiger to me. He's not. He's just. But it doesn't make any sense, man.
Maybe you would have a different view on Javi Martinez if you were a fan of the 2013 season when he basically carried us to a Champions League title and then absolutely dominated the best midfielder in the world.
Who was the best midfielder in the world? Who was the best
midfielder in the world? Was
Bastian Schweinsteiger.
Barcelona.
Oh, you mean
when we absolutely thrashed?
Oh, you're talking about that game. I thought you said 2013.
Javi Martinez was.
Whoa, Marco. You're going to tell me based off that he's a legend of the club?
Apart from the fact that he's been here for 7 years, the fact that he's won a Champions League here and led us to the Champions League title.
Yeah, we've had a lot of players in Bayern's history, okay? I'm not putting him on the level as Franz Beckenbauer, Oliver Kahn.
Speaks a lot for it, but I don't think that's necessarily a topic of discussion.
Javi isn't a legend.
Aranguiz could be a good addition to the squad. He could be a good addition to the squad. He can help out. He can be the ball-playing midfielder that we're missing as a backup for THIAGO and Kimmich.
All right, we'll agree to disagree.
Our board thinks that neither Cuisance and Fine are ready yet.
Hey Marco, I know you don't have a really German name. Marco is pretty South American. You don't manage to have
He
any
did not
family.
carry us in the 2013 season. Hey Marco, are you serious?
Yeah, it's
I mean,
true.
obviously he didn't.
He did
I wouldn't
not
say he
carry
didn't
us. He played
win games by
well.
himself.
He played
By himself, but still he played a huge role.
You could literally make the argument that Manuel Neuer carried us.
Schweinsteiger back then, that was such a good midfield.
Yeah, and you're telling me Javi Martinez carried them. You can't tell me Javi Martinez carried the team we had. Come on, that's like telling me that Dante's a legend of the club. I'm not saying Javi and Dante are crap, but I'm saying Dante played all right sometimes. He was crap in my opinion. I think he's one of the worst defenders I've ever watched. But like, you can't tell me he's a legend of the club just because he won stuff with us. He won the Champions League too, technically. Mustafi won a World Cup. Is he a legend of the German national team? Hell no. Hell no. All right, we'll agree to disagree on Charles Aranguiz. Everyone watching, leave a like on the video. I disagree that signing a 30-year-old doesn't make any damn sense. And Marco thinks it's a fantastic idea because he'll add depth as a ball-playing CDM. I think it's not going to, and I'm really annoyed that we disagree on that. I thought you were just going to agree with me on this, but you don't, clearly. All right. I think everyone wants to hear this guy's name. Timo Werner. Marco Polo.
Yeah, what's up?
Timo Werner.
Timo Werner?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think another interesting player for sure. Obviously our like situation on the wing is Coman, Gnabry, and Perisic.
Timo's a striker. Let's just say striker. Timo Werner, striker.
Obviously as a striker, we don't need a striker.
Yeah, we don't need a striker.
If you plan with him in the striker position, I do not think we necessarily need a striker, and I don't think we need a backup striker either, considering we have Serge Gnabry.
We also have Anna Lewandowski, who can fit in for Robert Lewandowski whenever we need. She'll do a better job than anyone else. Where she feeds him, I don't know. She's feeding him some Polish steroids because this guy just stays fit all day.
She must feed him some very good stuff.
This guy could stay fit if his name was Lizzo, and he was a fat black woman. He could stay fit that way. So you think Werner is a winger?
Not maybe necessarily a winger, but rather a wide forward. If you kind of get what I'm saying.
You mean like inside forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe some sort of even Ronaldo or something like that, winger who cuts inside, or he tends to spend a lot of time in the box.
Who's he gonna replace? Because he's not gonna play ahead of Gnabry. I mean, he's not gonna play ahead of Sane either.
Yeah, that's obviously assuming that Sane comes.
Bro, like Sane's agent has literally said Sane is basically coming to Bayern Munich. Can everyone leave a like on the video?
I've seen it.
I want to see that.
I think Sane is coming as well.
Yes, thank you.
I think Werner can have a certain role that is like sort of not really a backup, more of a sort of rotation player. Like, it's not that he will play once every 5 games, but he will play maybe every second game or something like that. He can be subbed on. And obviously, another thing is that Hansi Flick obviously said, I think 2 or 3 times already, that he could very well imagine that we play with 2 strikers.
Yeah, Serge Gnabry and Robert Lewandowski. That'd be a perfect partnership. See, you think Timo Werner would come to Bayern to come be on the bench? If Timo's going anywhere, he's gonna be a first-team starter. He's a first-teamer at Leipzig, one of the most underrated clubs in Europe. And I don't think...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think...
Leipzig is...
I don't think he'll want to play one
no
game.
Comparison to Bayern, though.
Well, Leipzig are pretty damn big, technically. I mean, they're only 5 points behind us. Their entire squad is very good. Everyone wants their players. I mean, looking in Europe, they're also in the same competition we are in still. They lost one, but still, I don't see Timo Werner leaving Leipzig to come sit on the bench.
You don't see?
He's. What do you mean I don't see? Timo Werner.
I mean,
has 23 goals in 25 matches this season.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not sitting on the bench, man.
Bro, like I get where he's coming from, but I personally do believe he really wants to play for Bayern. Like even if that means he won't play as much as he would play for Leipzig, for example, I still think he would prefer to play for Bayern. And well, didn't he say something like
This guy's
he
torqued for
wants to go
Liverpool.
to a big club?
Yeah, he's torqued for
I mean,
Liverpool.
yeah,
He's torqued for Man United. He's torqued for Chelsea. He wants to play for everybody. Werner is like a stripper. He just goes in and twerks on you just to get your money. That's what he does. And I mean, I respect the hustle, but it's not like he said, I want to play only for Bayern. He's done this for everyone. Werner's twerked for everybody.
I guess that's kind of true. I mean, I would personally say he's only worked for us and probably Liverpool,
Yeah,
all of
so
these two clubs. But I think as a German player, he would love to come to Bayern.
yeah, most German players want to stay in Germany because you speak your own language, you're familiar. It just makes more sense, and you also get a nice little boost in the national team. You can ask Ter Stegen about that, but Werner is a player of incredible quality. I think every team is looking at Werner, even Real Madrid, who probably don't need Werner to be honest, but they're probably looking at Werner like, hey, we could have Timo Werner, But I don't think buying Timo Werner and him sitting on the bench, he's gonna feel like, damn, I scored 23 goals, 25 matches last season. I'm not gonna sit on the bench here. I want to play more. And then you can't tell Robert Lewandowski, the best striker in the world and one of the most complete forwards that I've ever seen, that he can drop playtime when he's only 30 or 31.
I get what you mean. Yeah. But I don't know. Looking at it from another perspective, as I said, Flick said he could imagine playing with two strikers. And if you take a look at, obviously, we signed Lucas Hernandez when he was injured, right?
Yeah, we might as well just be a hospital admitting patients.
And right now we're signing Leroy Sonny after such a huge injury, most likely.
Yeah.
So what happens if Leroy Sonny gets injured once again and is out for 6 months?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say Sane's
who's
injured.
our next option?
Well,
I don't think he's injured anymore, but
Perisic,
still, he just came back from injury.
Perisic is looking, he's going to sign permanent. That's like the type of, you don't want Timo Werner to be your third choice player. You want him starting and being a threat week in, week out. You're not, that's the same, you don't spend 80 million or whatever the value of, maybe 50 million. I'm hearing his release clause is 55 or 50 million. You don't spend that on him. Yeah, you don't spend that money on him. Give him high wages because he's going to want high wages when he could go anywhere else he wants and get higher wages. You don't do that to keep him on the bench, You don't make him say, oh, if Sane gets injured, we can play you. He's going to want to play because he's Werner and he has the talent. So
I mean, I'm not saying that Werner is better than Sane or Gnabry by any means, but I could imagine that maybe he performs even better than them. Like, who knows, right? I would say that's an option, a possibility. And if that's the case, then obviously either Sane or Gnabry have to sit out a few matches and let Werner be the first choice wide player or winger for Netson.
Or Ivan Perisic, who we're probably most likely going to sign.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely tough, but I mean, if you think about it, obviously you want as much quality as possible, even for your backup players, right?
Yeah, that's true. But Ivan Perisic,
and if you're able, good. Yeah, I rate Perisic highly, but if you're able to get Timo Werner, who has 28 goal contributions this season already in the Bundesliga alone, as a backup, who would say no to that? Tell me, which club would say, no, we do not want Timo Werner, a German international who has experience in the Bundesliga and 28 goal contributions this season so far, without the season even being finished. We do not want him as a backup. I don't think any club in the world would say no to that.
What player who has the goal contributions Werner does and is sorted by most clubs like he is going to be like, I'm going to be a backup from Leipzig, who are going to be competing for the league if they keep their talent, and who are going to be, they're still going to be in the Champions League, and they still have a chance at actually going through far. And under a great coach like Julian Nagelsmann, you know they're going to keep getting better players around you. What player would say, I want to go be a backup somewhere? There's no way in hell Werner says he's going to want to be a backup because he knows his own quality. He knows what he's good at. I don't think...
I get what you mean.
At the end of the day, he's a professional, right? He's going to want to play and win things. He's gonna want to win a Bundesliga trophy, having played 30 games out of 34 and etc. And he's going to want to just have scored, been the top scorer in the league. He's going to want to score goals.
Let's be real. Is he going to win the league on the Leipzig?
They might. I might be the only one who feels this, but I feel like Julian Nagelsmann, if he keeps getting back the way he is at Leipzig, I can see them winning the league way sooner rather than later.
I highly rate Julian Nagelsmann, but if Leipzig loses Werner, he's like one of the key players already. Are they able to win the league without him? I personally doubt it. Are they able to win it with him? They have a bigger chance, but still, look, we're 5 points ahead of them, and we've played half the season with Niko Kovac.
I mean, we weren't like on their level until Hansi Flick came in, so you can't really say we played under Niko Kovac as if it's something cool. I mean, have we beaten Leipzig? When was the last time we beat RB Leipzig? Tell me that.
I mean, we've drawn them 0-0. Last time we've met, that was like, what, in March, I believe?
I think so.
And
no, it wasn't March. February, I think.
February. And then, I don't know about the first leg, about the first half of the season, how we played them there, but...
Yeah,
I really can't remember right now.
They're one of the toughest teams we play because of the way they play.
Sure, obviously they're a good team, but look at how good Bayern is under Hansi Flick.
We're Bayern Munich. If Leipzig get an injury, they don't have that many to backup we do. I mean, we can tell Jerome Boateng he's a backup. Like they don't have anyone else. They had to bring two fullbacks, two center back. I mean, they're still playing well. They've lost 2 players to injury. That's why their defense has, their defensive output has decreased over the last few months. I mean, losing your captain, your club captain, and also one of your most important center backs, Konate. You're having to rely on Upamecano, who's injury prone himself, but he stayed fit somehow. And speaking of Upamecano, after that, we're going to talk about him. But Leipzig are the most, I fear them the most. I don't fear Borussia Dortmund as much as I fear RB Leipzig. I just feel
I agree on that.
Yeah, Julian Nagelsmann is just, Niklas Süle, when players like Niklas Süle are coming out and saying, one day he'll be manager of Bayern. That's telling you something. Like that just I think Julian Nagelsmann is going to be one of the greatest coaches like in history.
He's a class coach, no two doubts about it. Fully agree.
If he has a good career path and doesn't go to crap clubs like Man United and has clubs that back him, he'll be one of the greatest coaches ever. He's only 32. This guy could win. He could make Leipzig a dynasty or Bayern. I hope he joins us. I hope Hansi Flick wins himself a Champions League, retires or something, and then we get Julian Nagelsmann. That's my hope right now.
I'm not sure if Flick will reach higher after that, but
no, if he wins like 2 Champions Leagues in a row, he might do a Jupp Heynckes, win a treble, and then go away.
I mean, yeah, but Jupp Heynckes was like 70 plus years old.
He could have still gone more. He could have,
Think so?
Yeah,
Sure.
All he had to do was show up to the training ground and tell his team to do what they did the year before. And yeah, that's when you're a manager of his quality, you won't need to.
If I'm not mistaken, Jupp Heynckes had some problems with his blood pressure.
You don't think Bayern Munich could pay for some Arab doctors to do something on him? We could have paid for some witch doctors even.
I'm not sure if Heynckes wanted that. Because otherwise he, I don't know, would have done something against it. Because he really didn't look that well when he came back to rescue us in, 2017?
Okay, so Ryan Williams, which 5 players do you think? So you said Alex Sørloth. Is that someone you want to sign?
No, that's not someone I want to sign. It's just there have been rumors of us signing him, and I thought it's good to bring up to the discussion, especially because of how one-sided my opinion is on him.
I don't know who he is. Never heard of him.
He plays for Trabzonspor, I believe.
Yeah, he's on loan from Crystal Palace.
Exactly. Yeah, he's on loan from Crystal Palace, but I'm not mistaken, the former Crystal Palace, or the current Crystal Palace manager, said that he's basically a really bad striker that you don't want to have. And thing is, he's just like, he's a striker. I believe he can play on the wing as well, right? Or at least a bit out wide.
I mean, according to who scored, he's good at dribbling and that. So I guess he might play on the wing. I don't know anything about him.
Yeah, but I don't think he'll be good for us. As in, we do not. I personally believe we do not need a Lewandowski backup. I don't know. Do you agree with that, or do you think?
Wait, a Lewandowski what?
Backup.
Oh nah, Lewa's fit all the time. Even when he gets injured, he might hold his hamstring and he's out for 3 days and he's back. He'll play more minutes than Kingsley Coman ever will in his life in 2 weeks. But I mean, he's gonna cost. This guy Surloth isn't gonna cost that much, is he? Probably 20 million. That's his market value.
Oh yeah, how much is Aranguiz going to cost? 0, and you still don't want him.
I still don't want Aranguiz because at least Surloth is 24 and he has some longevity in him. Even if he becomes crap, he's still young. Unknown driller. Surloth scores less goals than Benteke at Palace. He's awful. I mean, he's not playing for Crystal Palace at the moment, so that wouldn't even be completely accurate. He would literally have to score less goals than Benteke. If Benteke doesn't score less goals than a player that's not playing at Crystal Palace, he has a real problem. If you're gonna get
Surloth, you might as well get Andy Carroll.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, as I said, I'm personally not that convinced of Surloth. I think he's playing actually well in the Turkish league with like 20 plus goals or something, if I'm not mistaken.
Turkish league. Where is it? Galatasaray?
Trabzonspor.
I don't know where
that is. Purple blue club.
You really think I would know that? You're German. You should know more about Turkey than I do. There's a lot of Turkish people in Germany.
That's true. Have you ever been to Germany?
No, I was planning to go this year. I told you that.
Yeah, that's true. How do you know about it?
Half your national team has Turkish origins. I think I should know that.
That's true.
All right, so
Özil, Emre Can.
I think you know who I'm going to talk about next. Upa. That might be his chant, but Upamecano, 50 million.
Upamecano.
Yeah, 50 million. He's a real athlete. What do you think about him?
I think he's a good player. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the best passers in the Bundesliga. Or like, he's got one of the best passing percentages for long passes.
Yeah, he does.
Which is like something I rate. Probably also down to Nagelsmann's system, but still I think that's definitely a good sign. Something that could fit us. Problem is just something I've seen people talk about, or something that people criticize, is the fact that he's injury prone.
Oh, I mean, he is. They all are.
Yeah, and
he'll fit. He'll fit the ethos of the club. He'll fit where we're trying to be as a club. Hospital, Bayern, hospital. All right, keep going.
So yeah, basically, when you're trying to sign a centre back, and we already have an injury prone, if you want to call him injury prone, some people do. Lucas Hernandez.
He is injury prone. Wait, I don't know what calls him that. He is. This guy, I thought he was going to be back, just fit. I looked at his injury history. He gets injuries like every other week. How we signed him is beyond me, but I want him to succeed, obviously. So,
yeah, same.
Is that a problem
like
for you? For Upamecano?
I don't know. I personally believe that 2 injury-prone players are better than 1 injury-prone player, if you get what I'm saying. I think he's a good player who would definitely not only fit us, but also would be, he would help us. He would upgrade our squad. But that's only if Jerome Boateng leaves.
Well, he stayed pretty fit.
Once again, like, another controversy, I would say.
Well, I'd say Upamecano
not a given
fit,
that
right?
Jerome Boateng will leave.
Oh, I think he'll leave. I don't know. I think there's literally been no talks of contracts. I think he'll leave. I think the club will sell him for like 10 mil to Arsenal or Chelsea or someone who needs an experienced German big black defender. But we can. He's actually hadn't gotten injured since November, I think. It's just crazy. I thought he'd get injured sooner rather than later with the rest of the Leipzig backline. But he hasn't gotten any injuries recently. Marco?
Yeah.
Why do you always... are you pressing a button to just shut yourself up or something?
I'm not.
Oh.
You're doing that, actually. You muted yourself a couple of times already.
No, that's because I press push to talk. And I'm assuming you just talk.
Yeah, I just talk. I don't have any push to talk.
I push a button to talk because maybe I want to say something in the stream. Or maybe I want.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, if I'm completely honest, I'm still listening to the stream, but...
Why would you be doing that at the same time we're trying to have a conversation? Why are you distracted?
I mean, I want to get to know what the next topic is, and I'm still interested in your opinion.
Wow, you don't care about my opinion. That's what I'm basically hearing from that. All right, so this guy is also like a recovery pace player. So he would add the recovery pace that Boateng doesn't have. So I just think that's why we should go in for him if we sell Boateng. Like, I don't want an old center back. I'm tired of them. Okay, I don't want an injury-prone center back. But I was also thinking about Matthijs de Ligt. I don't know why I didn't put a graphic for him. Matthijs de Ligt, like from Ajax, he could be the same Boateng situation where it's a player that's unsettled at their club or their new club, like City was for Boateng, and now it's Juventus or Piemonte Casio for de Ligt. What do you think about him?
About de Ligt?
Yeah, I think we could legitimately get him for on the cheap. He could be that steal.
This current transfer window, or do you mean last one?
This one or the next one. Like, if he doesn't perform or get his level up, because I really rate.
Can't hear you, by the way.
What do you mean you can't hear me? You can't hear me at all.
Yeah, no, now I can hear you again, but it's just you're not talking on Discord. That's the thing.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off.
So do you mean? Talk then. Yeah, no, I think that would be better, if I'm completely honest.
Or just stay on the Discord screen, because I do wander around it. Okay, so I was saying, de Ligt, from Juventus, he could be in a similar situation with Jerome Boateng. So we could legitimately sign him on the cheap, maybe this summer or the next summer, right? If he doesn't step up his performance levels. I really rate him, and I think he's been superb. What do you think about him?
He's definitely a great talent, still, obviously. Even though he's had some problems at Juventus. But I personally don't think we have any chance to sign him. Like, this summer, definitely not. He just went to Juventus last summer. He's not going to go again, I believe. And if we do, maybe next summer. But I don't know. I think he might be out of... Is he out of our price range?
No, he's not. We signed Lucas Hernandez, 88 million. It's pretty much the same price.
I mean, obviously, yeah, but it's like you can't sign two players of that caliber, It's like you can only afford one of them, I'll say.
And de Ligt stays fit, He pocketed Lewandowski.
That's kind of true, yeah. But once again, we were playing underneath Kovac, so...
Yeah, how about Konate? Ibrahimo Konate. He's literally... Why did Ajax have so many French center backs that are young and up and coming? But Konate, I think he's better than Upamecano, in my opinion. I think he's more composed. Ibrahima Konate.
But if I'm not mistaken, he's been injured this season, right?
Yeah, that's why I didn't add him, but he could be an option. I wouldn't say he's an...
Yeah, it's...
He's not injury prone, he just has a major injury.
It's once again the topic of signing an injured player. It's, I don't know, a bit controversial, I'd say.
Who's gonna hate that? We sign injury prone players all the time.
I mean, yeah, but just because we do something bad all the time doesn't mean we should continue doing it, right?
Oh yeah, was Kingsley Coman just started getting...
I'm not really sure about his contract situation and if he had a release clause, just like Upamecano does.
Yeah. That is another thing. Upamecano.
So I don't know how easy it will be to get him.
Why do you think Leipzig have so many release clauses or reported release clauses? I don't know. I mean, don't they want money for their players? 50 million for this guy. Do you think Leipzig just don't want money for their players then? Because they're so cheap.
Obviously, they do want to make money. I mean, that's kind of the point behind RB
Werner
Leipzig.
has like that 60 million or reported 60 million release clause, and Upamecano has the 50 million. Like, come on, they don't realize that these players would be going for 100 million or 80 million if they didn't have these release clauses. That's crazy. Okay, so how about Kai Havertz? I have a different opinion on her. I'll say it first before you say it, but I think I don't know if you know this, but we have Thomas Muller at the club. I don't know if you know that. He's been here for...
Didn't know that.
Yeah, he's been here since he was born. Thomas Muller is still in his prime, right? So in my opinion, I think we can't sign a replacement for Thomas Muller when he doesn't need replacing. We've tried to do it twice. James Rodriguez was, a Thomas Muller backup / I guess maybe a partner, maybe. Coutinho's come in as well to replace Muller, and he benched all of them with his incredible performances. And I think Havertz is a German kid, 20 years old, 100 million worth, and he's going to come in and he's going to have to replace Thomas Muller, and that's pretty much impossible. And Muller's in the prime of his career still. He still has 3 or 2 years left at the top of his game. So I just think that replacing him now isn't a good idea.
I think maybe you should be a bit more cautious with the word replace or replacement, because I don't think that would be Hernandez role in the first few years or his role short term. I think he would replace Thomas Muller long term, but short term he would be more of an addition rather than an replacement. Do you get what I'm saying?
All right, say Muller just performs for 3 years. That's 3 years of Havertz's career. If he signs a 5-year contract, we would have to renew his contract after 3. That's assuming Muller slows down after 3 years, which I don't think he will. He doesn't rely on pace or anything. He relies on his football IQ, which you don't need pace for that. I just think spending 100 million for an addition, only an addition, not a replacement, an addition isn't good enough. It doesn't make any sense. So I think we should keep Thomas Muller for 2 more seasons. If we wanted a replacement for Muller or an addition, we could have signed Bruno Fernandes. He only 47 million to Man United. We could have signed someone like that, or just
you think he would have been better than Kai Havertz?
Oh, of course, Bruno Fernandes. No, not better technically in terms of gifted, but I mean he would have just come in and added quality to the team, and also he's a captain, he's a leader, he's 25, so you just know he would have come in and been mature.
It's kind of funny how you rate the young players, but when it comes to Havertz and Bruno Fernandes, they're talking about maturity and then stuff like that.
No, I rate young players. I just don't see
Havertz is 20. And,
yeah.
If I remember correctly, in Europe, in the top 5 leagues, in 2020, he has got the most goal contributions of any player. And that's pretty damn impressive to me. I believe he's got, 4 goals and 5 assists, or 5 goals and 4 assists in 2020, more than any other player in the world. I mean, in the top 5 leagues. But
wait, what? No, he doesn't. Is that... Wait.
He does.
He has... Wait, his goals and assists combined are more than any player in this year?
Yeah, 2020. Not the season, but the year 2020.
That's BS. What's Muller on? Is he... Wait, where'd you read this? I'm trying to believe you. I don't know where you got that from.
Yeah, I've 100% read that on Twitter today. It was on was it Opta?
Okay. Let's just say you're right. What does that have to...
Maybe it must have been Who Scored?
Okay, what about the season?
It was one of those, statistic pages.
Yeah, I know.
Statistic accounts on Twitter tweeting that out.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean? What is it? What does that mean anything to you?
Here, Playmaker stats. Oh, they've deleted the tweet for some reason, but they said most productive players in Europe's Big Five leagues, Champions League and Europa League in 2020. Kyle Havertz has got 9 goal contributions, and he's basically first, with Serge Gnabry coming in 4th with 6 goal contributions, Lionel Messi coming in 5th with 5 goal contributions, Mbappe coming in 5th with 5 goal contributions.
Okay.
So I think that's something to something to notice, something.
Then again,
that you can rate.
We haven't played 4 months. We played like 2 months, and Corona happened.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but the same applies to Leverkusen, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But here, you got me there. All right. Here's the thing, though. Like, okay, yeah, cool, yeah, stats. But is he adding more to our game than Muller is? No, I don't think so. They're very similar.
You don't think so?
They're very similar. They like making runs off
I
the
get
strike.
what you mean.
Yeah, I just don't think he's a goal-scoring central attacking midfielder who also gives a lot of assists. Muller does that.
He's very versatile, though. He's incredibly versatile.
I'm not playing
he can play
him.
out wide.
No, stop, Marco. We're not playing players that are good in one position in other positions just because they've done it once. Okay, he's a central attacking midfielder.
I mean, it's just
we don't need wingers.
It's just an option in case someone gets injured or something like that. It's good to have someone who's versatile.
No. See, I'm not spending 100 million on a guy who could play out wide. I'm spending 100 million on a guy who can play out wide, and that's his position. He wants to play out wide. The same thing is with Lucas Hernandez. I thought we were buying a center back, and he wants to be a center back. I didn't want him to be a left back, even though he can play it. He's a better center back. I don't want these players bought for high fees who are all right in different positions. I don't want to play in those positions. I'm buying them to be a central attacking midfielder. And right now, Thomas Mourinho is the best attacking midfielder in the world, right behind Kevin De Bruyne, only because De Bruyne is younger.
I mean, yeah, obviously their main position would still be the position they like to play in the most. As in Havertz, it would be the 10 position. But I still think it's good to have someone who is versatile and she can cover multiple positions of need. Right?
Hey, Ivan Perisic, you want to play out wide? You want to play on the right? You want to play striker?
Don't you think it's a good thing that David Alaba can perform well as a left back and as a centre back?
Yes, I think it's a great thing.
Who, if needed, can perform in both positions.
I think it's a great thing. It's a fantastic thing. But Alaba ain't costing 100 million. He was free. I think
that's a good thing to have, personally.
I think it's a good thing to have, but not for 100 million. Maybe for 20 million. Ivan Perisic, he could probably play the mid. Ivan Perisic could play in the middle. He's gonna be cheaper, obviously.
Then Kai Havertz.
He's gonna cost 100 million.
Yeah, obviously, but you're also getting a player who's 10 years younger and arguably even better than Perisic.
Okay, let's go ahead and buy. I'm just thinking of a crap player that can play everywhere. Yeah, I don't care what you're saying right now. The reason why I do not want to replace Muller. I'm not looking to do that just yet.
I can see why you would say that. But I think long term we have to look for a replacement. And Kai Havertz is just like he might be the German version of Kylian Mbappe. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to miss out on that. You do not want to miss out on Germany's best young player.
He's not Germany's best young player. Okay, well he's one of the youngest. We have Serge Gnabry.
Who's Germany's?
We have Gnabry. We have Kimmich. We have Leroy Sonny. There's no way you're telling me.
I mean, they're all 24 or older already.
But they're young.
20.
They're young. They still have like 2 World Cups to go. They're young.
Yeah, obviously, but
and they've proven themselves better than
Kai Havertz is like 5 years younger.
Well, they've proven themselves. Kylian Mbappe has won a World Cup.
You don't think Kai Havertz?
When Havertz
you don't
wins
think
a World
Kai Havertz
Cup,
has proven himself?
Not really. He's a Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen are a good team. He's a good player, but he's
still.
How you think?
No, good is an understatement.
Why don't Bruno Fernandes got more goals and assists than any other midfielder in Europe last season, And he costs half the price
And
Havertz is. Why didn't we get him? Because he's in German.
half the price. If I remember correctly, Bruno Fernandes was like what, 70 mil?
Well, Havertz ain't costing. Well, no, he was like 47 million plus add-ons, so maybe like 60.
I'll see. But then again, it's just something different. Like, you're also paying for a player's potential, not only for his class.
Well,
And Bruno Fernandes is someone who came from the Portuguese league.
And he's doing well at Man United.
So, like, I mean, obviously, yeah, but that's just I would say that's them getting sort of lucky, maybe, that he can also adapt and perform in another league.
He's done well for his national team. RB Leipzig Fan Club Ireland says Bayern won't be able to afford all three players. We should just buy Leipzig.
That stuff, yeah.
We should just buy Leipzig. Not even their players.
In theory,
buy the club. Buy their manager, everything.
In theory, I kind of agree with him, because, like, we aren't just rich, but, I mean, on the other hand, if, like, we just apparently signed Charles Aranguiz, who I think is a done deal. And if we now sell, let's say, Tolisso, we sell Javi Martinez, and let's assume we don't sign a centre-back because Boateng stays. We don't sign even Perisic, then, I don't know, I think we've got good to... With all of this Corona stuff...
Crap. Alright, hold on 1 second, Marco. My wireless earbuds died, so I need to change them.
Which place, or did you mean we are buying Sane in Gnabry?
Okay, I'm back. My headphones died. Man.
Alright, sounds good.
I have to use the actual headphones. I hate this. They're just too big for me. They make my head look bigger than it actually is. But I just...
You look fine.
Alright, why don't we buy João Felix? You know? Why didn't we buy him?
Yeah, João Felix is a good example of a player coming from the Portuguese league who did not adapt well to a new league, or maybe a new system even. And, yeah. Well, I mean, what did he cost? 120 million?
My man
How did he perform?
No, come on. Marco, you have to be fair here. He went from his average position being next to a striker to being next to his goalkeeper. There's a difference there, you know? It just...
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant when I said different system.
Yeah, so, you know, he'll probably be cheaper now because Atletico probably let him go. He's the same age. I think he's probably younger, isn't he? Because he was 19 and he's still 19 now. But still, he's cheap.
Yeah, probably same age.
And they're the exact same type of players. Elegant on the ball. What about Julian Brandt? He cost Dortmund significantly less, and they're similar players. Like, I don't see the 100 million transfer fee. I just don't see it.
Okay.
Okay.
I get where you come from.
All right, let's move on from Havertz.
You should not look at these players, but rather look at someone like Kylian Mbappe, who cost PSG 222 million euros before the World Cup, if I'm not mistaken, and before he was a World Cup winner and stuff like that. Obviously, he's like maybe even another caliber compared to Havertz. I can see that, but like if there's a German version of a Kylian Mbappe and you're FC Bayern Munich and you want to have the best German players available, you might just have to go for him, you know.
I openly disagree that Kai Havertz is Mbappe. Well, he's German Mbappe. That's not happening. He's not doing the same thing Mbappe is.
Yeah, he's maybe not. As I said, maybe he's not the same thing, but maybe he's the closest to Mbappe Germany has to offer.
When he has like 40 million followers on Instagram at 19, we'll talk. Okay, Ferran Torres. You told me about him. Tell me more about this guy. And you have like 2 minutes. Talk about him, because I don't know who he is. I didn't even know who he was until you spoke about him a few days ago.
Oh, I mean, I believe he plays for Valencia, right? Who have done well in the Champions League, actually. I don't know. Have you watched them in the Champions League against Atalanta?
I'm not watching Valencia versus Atalanta. There's Leipzig versus Spurs going on at the same time. Am I crazy?
Yeah, I mean, I in all honesty, I didn't watch it either. But I mean,
All right, good. You're a
just
normal person.
I've watched the highlights, for example, and obviously highlights obviously don't always tell you the whole story. But still, he scored against Atalanta, and overall, he's a player that we've been linked to a lot. That's why I just mentioned him.
My nan could score against Atalanta. They're crap defensively. God damn, they can score 50 goals but concede 49. Okay, anyone could score against Atalanta.
Yeah, but to their defense, though, they're in the quarters of the Champions League.
Well, that's cool.
Still something.
Like, what has he done at the top level? Is he consistent? Is he like... Because if we're going to buy a player from a mid-table top 8 La Liga team, it has to be their best player, you know? That's what I want. Like, if we were buying a player from, let's say, Werder Bremen, crap team, concede loads of goals, we have to buy their best player. I don't even think this guy's Valencia's best player. Parejo happens to be their best player. And you want a CDM who can play the ball at the back. He's someone who could play the ball at the back.
Yeah, but he's not someone who would sit on the bench, and he's not someone who's experienced in the Bundesliga, is he?
Well, La Liga and Bundesliga are pretty close possession football, but German efficiency, that's the difference. Nah, but...
I think there's also the factor of just knowing the line. So like, yeah, I just think that can be an advantage, to have a German-speaking player who knows the culture, who knows the league.
You might just love these Germans, man. God dang.
I think it's just a positive factor to be a German, or to have played in the German league, and just the past has proven why. Like, Renato Sanchez is the best example. Came here, maybe he couldn't really adapt to the league, to the football played here, to the German culture. Who knows? Or Ciro Immobile, brilliant player for Lazio Rome.
Never left.
Has played. He went to Dortmund.
He went to
was
Dortmund?
Brilliant.
I thought he was one of those players that never left his league. Oh, never.
No. Ciro Immobile, he was class in the Italian league. Left to Dortmund, and he's been bang average at Dortmund, below average at Dortmund. Why? He doesn't. He just can't perform in the German Bundesliga. It's just some players just can't perform outside of the home country. And that's maybe he wasn't used to the culture. Maybe it's the fact that he can't speak German. I think it's just, there are just some examples that show you, okay, maybe it's better to get a German-speaking player, or just simply a German player who knows the league, who knows the language, who knows the culture.
Yeah.
I think that's just a positive. Obviously it doesn't have to be the most important thing, but it can definitely help.
Well, I mean, you just offloaded on me why we should just sign every German player ever. But you know what? I mean, I guess some players just... Wait, does Sanchez not speak German? And does he still not speak German?
I don't think he does. I still think he doesn't, no.
Yeah, I wonder why. Maybe the toughest language ever, but still. Come on. I mean, even Alphonse... Davies would learn it quicker because he's younger. But, I mean... Like, every Bayern player pretty much speaks German. Do you know if Goretzka speaks English? Because that would 10x my support for him.
I'm not 100% sure, to be perfectly honest.
Well, I didn't know Kimmich spoke English because I never heard him speak it. And then I watched an old interview a while back, and this guy was just speaking perfect English. It's so nice. It feels good. I'm not gonna lie, knowing that the team I support, pretty much every single player speaks English. Do you think?
Yeah, Goretzka is a smart guy, an intelligent person. I could very well imagine that he speaks at least one more language. That's not you just have to learn English in school in Germany.
Well, we don't have to learn German. We don't have to learn any language here. I don't even know.
I don't think that's something to be proud of.
You probably don't know more English than I do, but that's good. I just need. No, the thing is, like, I speak half Spanish. I'm half fluent. I can read it. It's all right.
Puedes hablar un poco español,
I didn't hear you properly. Don't try to. All right, wait. What'd you say?
I'm sorry.
Say it again.
Puedes hablar un poco español,
you can speak a little bit of Spanish. Okay. So yeah, I can. And so wait. You speak Spanish too?
Oh yeah. A bit. In fact, I go to uni and I study Spanish, but
oh shoot, okay.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately I'm far from fluent as of right now, but that's I don't know, not sure if that's important.
Yeah, I wish I the reason why I'm not that fluent, mostly read it, is because I tried it a lot and then I just quit because I didn't quit, I just cared less. Because I wanted to. Oh, weird story. I wanted to learn it because I really liked this girl at the time, and she was Mexican, and.
Oh, I see.
yeah. So I learned. I was so interested in Spanish because she was Mexican, and I would just
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Oddly enough, I saw her today, and she has a boyfriend. We go to different schools now. It doesn't matter. I'm not crying. I'm clearly not crying. I sobbed before I came on here.
Let's change the topic. We were just speaking about Kai Havertz, right?
Yeah, let's talk about another Kai Havertz. Sergino Dest, Ajax player, 19 years old, 20 million.
That was one thing I wanted to mention about Kai Havertz.
Yes.
That is also kind of connected to Charles Aranguiz. And as I said, I do believe we will sign Aranguiz.
No, you were not gonna say that they're gonna be, they're gonna integrate because they played. No, stop. You're not saying.
The thing I wanted to say is maybe, just maybe, like Aranguiz could somehow affect the Havertz transfer. Like.
All right, keep talking.
Just maybe Aranguiz could be used as an maybe in a 4-3-3 with a lone DM. He could be used as an 8. I don't know. That could maybe take away some space for Havertz, but I'm not too sure about that. I don't really think that's the case, but there's a possibility that it will affect. I just thought it's maybe worth mentioning.
I really respect you disagree. But, like, I can't respect the fact that you think Charles Aranguiz would do well at Bayern. I can't respect that.
Don't think so. You will be surprised. You will be surprised.
I know so.
All right. You'll hopefully be surprised.
Yeah, so Beats wants to know why you're going on about Aranguiz. You must be chilly. Your name is Marco. I know a lot of Marcos, and they're Hispanics. So you might as well just be in that category. So let's go on to Sergino Dest. I don't want him. Do you?
You don't want Sergino Dest. Why?
No, I want Hakimi. That's the only right back I want. He'll go to Real Madrid in the summer, and Zidane will probably continue persisting with playing Carvajal. Carvajal is only 28, and he's in his prime. What logic is there in Zidane in saying, let me drop my best and most reliable right back over the last few years to play a young kid? And I think Hakimi will want to start for Real Madrid because he's proven himself at the top level. And for that reason, I think he'll be available over Sergino Dest. But I just think that Bayern Munich just needs to test Real Madrid's wallet by offering him money and test Hakimi's loyalty to Madrid. Because I don't think nothing strikes me from him as a Real Madrid loyalist. Like, he's a fan of the club. Like, he looks like he's just a professional. And I think that because of that, we could legitimately go and try and get Hakimi. And imagine this. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was talking about it. Imagine Leroy Sonny on one side, Alphonso Davies overlapping him, Serge Gnabry on the other side, and Hakimi overlapping him. Imagine a defender defends Davies. Davies passes to Thiago. Thiago to Kimmich. Kimmich switch pass over to Hakimi. Now that defense is so worried about. They were worried about Davies, and now they have to worry about Hakimi. It'll be two threats, and he's very good defensively. He's good at tracking back. He just needs to concentrate. That's all he has to do. So that's why I think we could definitely go and get Hakimi. But Sergino Dest, is he someone that you're looking at because you were surprised that I didn't?
Just coming back to Hakimi, I partly agree with you, but one of the things I disagree with is you said you don't think he's that loyal to Real Madrid.
Nah, that's test it.
That's where I disagree personally, because I believe he's made an interview where he said something like it would be a dream to be managed by Zidane.
Yeah, because they're both from Africa, so So I mean,
I think he also, like Hakimi himself, also said something like that Real Madrid is his childhood dream club. So I personally think, like, if you take a look at James Rodriguez, for example, who was playing pretty well for Bayern, he was one of the stars here.
Not at the end. Not at the end.
Yeah, obviously at the end it was a bit different, but still, I think overall his time at Bayern was rather good to me personally.
No way.
You don't think so?
Come on, nah.
I mean, it was 100% better than his time at Real Madrid. Can we agree on that?
Well,
was it like Real Madrid? He's just gonna be that.
It wasn't like he was our best player. He wasn't on that level, but he wasn't. He isn't even.
No. In fact, in his first season, James Rodriguez was voted FC Bayern Player of the Season, I believe, or he was voted Bundesliga Player of the Season.
Can you answer me this?
Season.
Answer this. How did we get James? Because he wasn't needed at Real Madrid. Why would we get Hakimi? Because he isn't needed at Real Madrid. That's the same logic I'm thinking about.
Yeah. The only thing I wanted to say is James Rodriguez was obviously benched at Real Madrid. We know that, right? He came to Bayern, and I would say he played pretty well, especially on the European, because he was playing pretty damn good. Maybe under Niko Kovac, not so much, but he was playing pretty well at Bayern. He was loved here. The fans loved him mostly, and he still went back to Real Madrid. That's just that's something I personally don't understand that much, and that's like.
Well, it's not. It was our board's decision to sign him or not. It was our board's decision.
As far as I know, it was like James' decision that, or like it was even Rummenigge said that James told him that he wants to go back to Real Madrid, that he doesn't want him to activate his release clause.
You think they would have activated it anyways when James had been playing crap in his last few months, getting into that? Yeah, James wanted to go to Real Madrid, but like think about it like this though. At the end of the day, players are professional. Like you'll always want the best for your career. No one's gonna love a club more than their career. I'm not gonna love Bayern Munich more than I love. Let's say I get married in the future. I'm not gonna love Bayern Munich more than I love I might actually love Bayern Munich more than I love my wife. But like you're always gonna love something different, like your career over your club. I think that if he goes to Real Madrid and he's not starting week in week out, we can test Real Madrid's and his loyalty towards them. And we have Odriozola. When Odriozola leaves, I don't think we're signing him permanently. Real Madrid will have three decent right backs. I think Zidane in his head is going to be thinking, hey, I love Carvajal. He's been playing superb, reliable, and he's one of the best right backs in the world, technically speaking. He's great defensively, great at attacking. He has the Madrid gene that Zidane likes. And I don't think Zidane is that interested in Hakimi. That's why they sent him out on loan for 2 years. Because I don't think it's there. I don't think the relationship is like, yes, it's a dream for most. I'd probably want to, if I was playing for Real Madrid and I love Bayern Munich, in my heart, I'd probably tell everyone Madrid is my boyhood club that I've always loved. Like Thiago probably, when you sign for Bayern Munich, you have to almost act like that's the love of your life. That's what because you want to gain the love of the fans. If Hakimi gains the love of the Real Madrid fans, Zidane will most likely have to play him, and he'll be loved at the club. You know, they'll cheer his name when he comes on, so that means he gets more play time. That's just politics. It's football politics. But I think we could literally test Real Madrid's, resistance to
I
sell
mean,
him.
yeah, depending on like how our transfer budget is, I think it could be worth a shot. But I think Hakimi just wants to play for Real Madrid the same way James Rodriguez wants to play for Real Madrid, and it's just their love, you know. And I personally think Hakimi would prefer Real Madrid over Bayern Munich and over Borussia Dortmund, the same way James Rodriguez preferred Real Madrid to Bayern Munich, despite the fact that his situation was just better at Bayern Munich, in my personal opinion.
How many
But
players have preferred us, but just left? You couldn't. They've loved us from childhood. Emre Can, he was like, I'm out of here. They're not playing me, and I think I could get better game time. He left, right? It's just, it's easy to say, oh yeah, he'll prefer his boyhood club, but if his boyhood club isn't giving him the playtime he needs for his career, James isn't Hakimi. I don't think James wasn't a world class player at Bayern, in my opinion, like Hakimi was, or Hakimi is at Dortmund. Hakimi's literally one of the best right backs in the. Hakimi is more complete than Trent Alexander-Arnold, but Trent has better stats. But in my opinion, Hakimi is a better player than him. Like I think so. Hakimi's agent is gonna be like, hey, Bayern Munich want you. You know, another team might come in for him. Juventus might, because they don't have a right back. And then he'll start to think, hey, I know the Bundesliga, Bayern are giving me this much money. We'll probably give him more money than Rao. And then that will test his resolve. I don't think there's a thing like guaranteed he's gonna stay here. I don't think that happens in football. R9 was a Barcelona loyalist, and then he moved to Real Madrid a few years later because he was like, I'm gonna play for the best team in the world, around the best players in the world, because they want me to play there.
Yeah. You think we would offer Hakimi more money than Real Madrid would?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they're not. He's not getting paid the bank. He wouldn't break the bank like a Coutinho's. Coutinho, we're paying Coutinho a lot of money.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, it's not our money. It's not me or you's money. It's not our money. It's Bayern. Well,
obviously, we don't pay it ourselves, but in some way we can still like disagree with some things our club does. For example, paying Coutinho 20 to 25 million a year.
Yeah, that's the reported fee.
Like, you might have seen some news, but something like that can also destroy the wage structure. As in Manuel Neuer apparently demanding 20 million a year. Because apparently, because he wants to earn as much as someone like Coutinho or something like that. You know, that's obviously what Bill, for example, says very often.
I think it's true.
And,
it has to be true.
Might be true, yeah, I don't know.
And we paid Barcelona like 10 mil. So his transfer costs like maybe 35 million for a season.
Yeah. My point is just that it makes sense for us fans to discuss wages and transfer fees.
Okay,
transfer fees also because Bayern obviously has a limited transfer budget. And let's say we have 200 million available to us, and we sign Hakimi for 50 million.
I think he's gonna go for 60.
Even 60.
Yeah.
Leroy Sonny is gonna be. Let's assume he's gonna be 80.
Yeah, he's gonna be cheaper because he's gonna have a year left on his contract, like you said.
Yeah. But there's only a limited amount of players we can sign, or limited amount of players we can sign. So then you'd ask yourself, would you rather have Hakimi or would you rather have Upamecano? Because I could believe that we can't sign both of them.
Oh, I honestly think if say Javi, Martinez, Corentin, Tolisso, and Boateng leave, that's probably close to 80 million or 70 million. Even 60 million is good enough that you're getting from all those three going. And realistically, because of the financial situation in the world, Bayern, we don't need to sell to do anything. We don't really need to sell. We're not desperate to sell. All these other clubs, Real Madrid might actually want to offload someone because they want to buy Paul Pogba or something because they want to afford maybe someone bigger. They want Paul Pogba, remember? So they might want to sell someone. Yeah. They'll have to for financial fair play. So there's so many different things. I think Hakimi, he wants the best for his career. He might love Real Madrid and love the Zidane. That's sentimentalism. Zidane's, from the same culture as you. You'll obviously want to be managed by him. But I think at the end of the day, if a club with a sizable reputation like us comes in, he's gonna want to play, and he'd improve us too, and he'd be world class. And if we win the Champions League this year, think about what that does to so many players. Like bigger names might want to be like, hey, I want to play for Bayern Munich. If they win, I want to win the Champions League. I want to play for the best team. And
I get that.
Hansi Flick, they're gonna be like, hey, this guy is good. He's a good manager. They're gonna probably call Leroy Sonny. Hey, Sane, do you like Hansi Flick? He's like, yeah, I like Hansi Flick. And then now, like, it's just football. It happens all the time. So many. Yeah. So I just think that.
I rate Hakimi. I think he would fit us. I think he's a good player, a good right back, obviously. I personally just think our chances that we'll sign him aren't too high, especially considering our limited transfer budget.
Yeah.
But if we manage to, I don't know, manage our transfer budget well, I think it would be good signing, or at least someone, worth signing. So I would welcome him. Let's put it like that. I don't think it's there's a high probability, but I would welcome him.
I would get on my knees and suck something to welcome him, if that has to be the case. Sane is almost ours, says Araman Singh. Yes, he is. Talking about Sane, he's going to be the last one we talk about before we close out the show. I have a couple questions I want to ask you at the end, but let's talk about Sane lastly. Leroy Sane, I mean, this is happening, isn't it? You said it. What did you say when we last talked? You said, oh, you're skeptical about him because he didn't, push hard enough, or I don't know. But what are you thinking now? What are you thinking after this news from the Lord Christian Falk?
I gotta be honest. Obviously, these news have affected my my opinion on the chances of the transfer happening a bit. It was even before that. There was a very high chance it would be happening, I'll say. But now even higher. So yeah, I personally think it's happening. Makes sense for everyone involved.
I mean, if this transfer doesn't happen, we'll look. If the Sane thing doesn't go through, we'll look like the biggest beta male club ever. Imagine being linked to a player for literally. We've been linked to this guy for almost a year and a half now. Since last summer. Now it's summer. Oh yeah, a year. But and we've literally, our board members have publicly talked about Sane, like as if he's our player, and City fans are calling us the beta club or whatever, because they think we're overreaching, we're disrespectful. We'll look like actual, like that's the thing. This will ruin our reputation. Like we wanted a player and he didn't come to us. That would ruin our reputation.
We almost have to sign him solely for the fact that I want to piss City fans off, and
I really do too.
And also, obviously, our reputation, the fact that we've been talking about him like that openly as well and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have to.
We should be doing it. Yeah, like the only way he's not coming, personally, is if we sign Havertz and Werner, I think. But
okay.
If we sign these two, I don't think Sane is coming as well.
Yeah,
and both of these players, Sane and Werner, Havertz and Werner, are somewhat likely to come, I would say.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I personally hope we sign at least 2 out of these 3 players. I don't think we can sign all 3, unfortunately.
I genuinely don't.
If 2 of them come.
It's not happening. We can't sign Havertz, Sane, and Werner. I don't. But we can. It's not because we can't afford it. It's because that wouldn't make any sense. Can we reach 7 likes on the video, everyone watching? It's not sure how you feel about Werner. So you did say you wanted him if he... wait, would you want Werner and Sane, or Werner and Havertz? Which one are you picking?
I mean, there's also the option Sane and Havertz. Is that an option as well? Do you count that as an option?
Yeah, Sane and Havertz. No. Like, I'm just saying, Werner has to be in there. It's between those two. So Werner and...
Oh, yeah. I think I would prefer... Actually, thing is, if we get Werner, we have someone who can play out wide, which basically means, okay, maybe Sane isn't needed as much as maybe Havertz. But I think I would personally prefer Sane to Havertz. So I would rather get Sonny and Werner than Havertz and Werner.
Wait, would you have said
Just
this
me personally.
like when we last talked? Would you have said that? Because I think you were on the long lines of, oh, he snubbed us or he took too long. Were you on that same track, or after this news now you're sure?
I mean, I don't know if I wouldn't say that was my action. I wouldn't say that was my opinion. I'll just say that you always have to look at things from two sides. And there was also I just made the point that there's also the side saying that maybe Sonny doesn't want to come that much, and I still think that might be a point to consider, because I always want to look at things from two sides. But
yeah. I respected that opinion. I just didn't agree with it. So, he said about Havertz too. You said you definitely take him. I said I wouldn't, because we don't need to replace Muller yet. But you said you definitely take him.
Yeah, if I had to choose two of these players, I would go for Sane and Havertz.
Yeah, you wouldn't do Werner. Yeah, Werner doesn't really fit unless Lewandowski goes, which he ain't. He'll go when he's 50 years old. I'd sell Lewy then. Lewy. Oh my god. I just said Lewy. My god.
Alright then.
I just said Lewy. God damn it. Okay, yeah. Sane, Havertz. Wait, so who are your top... That's the end... Or not the end of it, but I still have questions. Who are your top four then? Because Hansi Flick said he wants 4 or 5. See, the thing is with that, exactly. Right? Like, I was thinking about it. Hansi Flick was pushing for this veto power over transfers. I think somewhere in there he was like, I want this many players. If the board don't give Hansi Flick the players he wants, I think they had to have talked about this. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, Hansi seems to be quite demanding. So...
Yeah, that's what I want.
He has lots of demands, high aims, and then so I think that's probably part of the reason why he wanted to have a say in transfers. And yeah.
You can see he has those big German cojones, because he went up to those. Yeah, he went up to those fans, the ultras at Hoffenheim. Well. He was just pointing 6. We have 6. Let's talk about 6, baby. Let's talk about 6. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's what I want.
You've heard the news of the thing about these news is like there was the news that Flick wants 4 to 5 new players, right?
Yeah. Build.
And do you count NEUER and Adrian Fine?
No. I think when he says new players, no. I think those are players we already have now. Like, those are guaranteed.
I mean, yeah, but they haven't played for us.
Think about it. We're potentially selling, or we're potentially leaving. Well, 5 players are gonna leave us, guaranteed. I think. Coutinho.
5? You think 5 players? Yeah. Oh yeah, okay, loan players.
Odriozola, yeah, those 2 loans, and then you have Javi Martinez, Jerome Boateng, and also who's the other one? Dang it, Tolisso. So those pretty much 5, senior players. He's gonna want 4, or even I say 4 is realistic, and those are gonna be 4 top class players to replace those 5.
I mean, consider we get NEUER. You also have to count in Ulreich, who will leave.
No, I don't think he's counted as a transfer now, because he's already happened. Like, that's like saying Lucas Hernandez is a transfer. Even though he hasn't played, like NEUER hasn't played for us. I don't remember the last time Lucas played a game. He's still he's still already happened.
Yeah, but like,
I wouldn't.
Still, Lucas Hernandez is a part of Bayern's squad this season, and NEUER isn't.
Yeah, but like, think about it. NEUER signed in January, was pretty much announced in January.
Correct.
Hansi Flick got the job this month. I don't think Hansi Flick would say, I want 4 to 5 players, including NEUER, when he knows he's already part of the club, essentially. Like, NEUER is a natural... Yeah, if we didn't sign NEUER, we would still have had to sign a goalkeeper at some point. So it was just normal that NEUER coincidentally signed for free. So, and he's free. He's not a transfer. He's a transfer, but he's free. He's not going to cost us anything. So I think he had to have said it, that I want 4 to 5 new players.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I really don't know if NEUER and who was the other guy? Adrian Fine. If they count as 2 of those 5 players. If they don't,
Okay.
Then yeah, Sonny. I think Havertz is coming.
All right. So speaking
I
of,
I personally think Dest is coming.
okay.
And
Speaking of Dest, okay, hold on real quick. So according to some Spanish source that I've never heard of, Achraf Hakimi has an offer from Bayern Munich. Bayern are offering Hakimi a big salary of 7 million net per year. Real Madrid don't rule out selling Hakimi. The Moroccan wants guarantee of game time, but if he returns to Madrid, they plan with him as a backup for Carvajal. So that he wants game time, but they want to use him as a backup for Carvajal.
Is that new, or is that like some weeks?
Yeah,
or
2 minutes
or
ago.
Old?
2 minutes.
2 minutes ago. Oh, okay. Interesting.
El Transito from Spain. I don't know. Yeah, that's good news. Yes, if that happens, I'm sucking some pee-pee. Like that's what I'm gonna have to do. Just.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It really depends on whether Hakimi values game time over love for Real Madrid, or if he values love over Real Madrid over game time. But yeah, as I said, I think the players we are going to sign: Leroy Sonny, Kai Havertz, Dest, I believe, Charles Aranguiz, even if you don't like to hear it, and
Hell no.
That's for.
No, come on.
I know you don't want to hear that, but I'm so sure we're going to sign it. It just makes sense. The fact that he's free, a Bundesliga player, our boards, they just love that kind of player. Sebastian Rode, Sebastian Rudy, Aranguiz is next. Whether you like it or not, you just get warm with it. Just
No, if he
the sooner you accept it, the more it will be. The more you will like it.
Marco, if he signs for us today, I'm gonna forget he ever signed for us. He won't even be. I wouldn't even if they asked me to name Bayern players, he could be in the squad. I'm not gonna read his name. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna forget we ever. If he plays on the pitch, I'm gonna think we're playing with 10 men because someone got sent off. That's what I'm gonna think. Because there's no way in hell I want this guy. No way. Absolutely not. It's not happening.
All right then. I don't know. I think it is happening, but if you don't want it, that's your opinion. But that's just you asked for mine. I gave you my opinion.
Yeah,
and
this channel is all about opinion, and I hate that opinion that you have. I don't know why. I hate it.
I'm sorry. I have an opinion. I can't change it.
I hate it. I hate the fact that you think this transfer. I thought you'd be the one to go. Oh, he's crap. You make a joke, put a clown face on him because you love doing that, and we would agree. I genuinely thought so, but then
I could lie to you and call him crap, but I'm just trying to be honest, and I think it's better that way. No.
Wait, you actually think he's good?
I think he's a good addition.
As club, I'm not looking for a good addition. I'm looking for world class addition. Okay. I don't hate him.
Bro, he's gonna be like what, our fourth DM. You're not gonna get Casemiro as a fourth DM.
We might as well just get no one. Charles Saraghi, 30 years old, 15 million, free transfer.
Okay, bro.
He's short as.
We'll come back to this in a year, and I just hope you're gonna be proven wrong. He will be a player of FC Bayern Munich. He will have played well, and you will rate him. You will tell me, you know what, I was wrong. He is a good addition to the squad. Obviously, he's not a starter or anything, but he's played well. He's performed well whenever he's played. And, yeah, that's about it.
He also looks like Alexis Sanchez's sister. And, yeah.
All
right. Marco, I know you have big plugs, right?
Big what?
Big plugs. You don't know what that means, do you?
I hope it doesn't mean.
No.
The plugs that I think about.
No. Why would you be thinking? Your Twitter is so weird. I'm not gonna lie. I went on your I was trying to find a picture of you before I got the Angela Merkel one, and I couldn't find a single picture.
Yeah, because I don't upload pictures of myself.
No, but I remember this. You went to a game with someone. And then you took not a game. You it was a picture. I was scrolling to find it so I could put your face in there and say Marco Donia. But then I just thought, oh my God, German. Important German who also has the name Marco. And then I just had Angela Merkel in my head.
That's somewhat creative, I guess.
All right, so you do have big plugs, right? Like you everyone that that's big.
Yeah, I know quite a few people. Why?
All right, you think I could get Buddy FIFA on this? I heard somewhere that he doesn't like Pavard, and we could have a little chat. I don't know. We could have something going here.
I can definitely ask Buddy FIFA if he wants to join.
That would be great. And you would just sit there and try to defend him. But you couldn't because we're just spitting facts. And
as a friend of you, because I'm honored to be on here, and as I'm honored to be the first guest here, I'm gonna do you a favor and ask Buddy FIFA.
Thank goodness. Yes, I didn't know we were friends. I thought this was a relationship. Okay.
Well, I guess.
All right. So I wanted to ask you before I leave that. Before we go, how is the situation with the corona in Germany?
Hard to say. I mean, it's kind of gotten better, I believe. Like they've closed schools and everything, closed pretty much every shop except for some restaurants, and obviously supermarkets are still open, but yeah, for example, in the bus, you're not allowed to talk to the bus driver anymore, or like they're in some sort of separate room now. To prevent the virus spreading to the bus drivers.
That's
and
weird.
in certain German cities, you are obliged to. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Obliged.
Thank you. You're obliged to wear a mask. A medicine mask. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Is that in Berlin too?
No, that's not in Berlin yet. I think they are discussing on doing that, but it's not in Berlin yet. Other than that, they're slowly trying to, loosen up the rules a bit, like slowly allow shops to open again and stuff like that. So they're slowly trying to start schools again.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, as I said, slowly trying to loosen everything and let the population, or basically let the world come back to normal here.
Yeah, because
there's one more thing worth mentioning is that there's been some sort of rule that you're not allowed to meet with, or basically you're not allowed to meet in a group of 3 people or more. So basically you're only allowed to meet one person, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and even if you meet that one person, you basically have to, kind of stay away from them a bit for like 1.5 meters or something like that. Jeez. Security.
My goodness.
So yeah, that's been some sort of rule.
All right.
So yeah.
So, because I asked this because Germany, I mean, they look like they've handled this probably the best out of. I mean, German efficiency once again. The
numbers look good, yeah.
Yeah, the numbers look really good. But then again, I read somewhere the average ages of people that get the corona in Germany is significantly lower than France and Italy, and the coronavirus is more susceptible to people that are older. So somehow you just handled this better than everyone.
Yeah, maybe it's just luck. I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, so far the numbers do look better. Arya Man Singh is asking how the situation is in America.
Would you like to answer that, or would I like to answer that?
Because I can't, so that's why I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were American. So it's crap.
Oh, it is, yeah.
Oh, no. We're fine. Where I'm at, it's Colorado. We have a few hundred cases really close to me, but I don't leave my house. My parents work.
Where's Colorado? Can I ask that? North, south, east, west?
Middle.
Central?
Yeah,
America?
It's middle. It snows
Central,
a lot. Yeah, all it does is snow here. I just looked outside my window and it's snowing. Oh my God! I said it snowed a lot. Not now. It's actually snowing, man. It snows all the time.
As far as I know, the situation in New York is actually pretty bad.
Yeah, people are just dying like flies.
Lots of cases there. So my just best of wishes, best of luck to America, obviously, and that they handle all this pandemic.
We don't need that. We don't need luck. See, the thing is, like, we're the strongest nation in the world. Like, we don't need anything. Like, you need us.
I see.
We'll admit Germans to the hospitals.
Probably.
Yeah, so how do you see the league returning? Because the Bundesliga is looking likely to be the first league to return back to normal football. How do you see that being a thing? By the way, there's a reason I say football. It's because I heard, was it Schweinsteiger? He said it exactly like that. So I just started saying football, like the Germans.
Yeah, I highly respect that. I don't know, maybe that's a topic for another video, no?
No, just say it here. We could
because I don't, like, I want to come back in the future, obviously, but if we talk about all the topics right now,
you don't think I can make up a topic in my head? I have 50 million things I could talk to you about. I really want to know this. How?
I just think it's a topic that you could talk a bit more about. So that's why I don't want to make the stream too long, and I don't want to
you don't
take away anything from future.
I like the stream being long. You know what that does? YouTube loves watch time. It loves it. Okay, fine. Since you don't want to
talk about... Can I ask if you earn money, actually?
Huh?
Am I allowed to ask you if you earn any money?
No, I don't.
If you don't want to,
you can't earn money on this yet.
Oh, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you need like a lot of watch time, which is which is why streaming is so important now, especially when I have all this free time. So and also longer form content performs better. I know this because I guess I would say I'm an entrepreneur, so. I've done advertising on YouTube. That's all they care about. Watch time and also keeping people on the platform to then, because the more they stay, the more ads they watch. Or if
I could just imagine that maybe someone looks at the time and thinks, "Wow, 2 hours, that's too long. I don't want to watch that," or something like that.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Nowadays, it's weird because I'm going to turn off the stream, right? And the average watch time, if this video was 5 minutes and we just talked briefly, right? The watch time would be like 30 seconds. But if it's 2 hours, the watch time would be 15 minutes, 10 minutes, the average watch time. So that means people are sitting down for 10 minutes instead of 30 seconds if it was way shorter, right?
I see. All right. Well, then, I think we do have a topic for the next one, right? The Bundesliga returning first, maybe?
Yeah. Bundesliga
I'll be first. Very happy to talk about that. And, I guess that's going to be the topic of the next one then, right?
All right. Do me a favor.
All right, then.
Get Buddy on this. We have to talk about Pavard.
I will get Buddy on this.
Oh, thank God.
All right.
I finally have a supporter. Someone sees it. They think Pavard's Philip Lam. This guy. All right. Thank you all so much for watching. Mia-san.
Thank you for having me on here.
All right. It was a pleasure, man. See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye. I'm tired of talking to Germans.
I still heard that.
I need you. I wanted you to hear it. All right. See ya.
See ya. Goodbye.